Company. Tonight on CTV3 News, a hit-and-run accident at the entrance of Corozal Town claims the life of one man. The Social Security Board awards 80 scholarships to 80 students. The national inflation rate stands at 3.7% for the month of June, and the former Chief Justice of Belize passes. These are some other stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Friday, August 2nd, 2024.
Choose a side.
We fight for our queen!
Declare for the Greens or for the Blacks.
Hold to your courage for the one true King Aegon!
Driven by family feuds, the Targaryen civil war in House of the Dragon is split between Greens aligned with Alicent and Aegon Section and Blacks who support Rhaenyra in claiming the Iron Throne.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
Pledge your allegiance. Watch House of Dragons Season 2 on Max.
On July 26th, the world's eyes turned to Paris to watch the 2024 Olympic Games. Get ready to to cheer on your nation. Experience the biggest moments wherever you are on Express Plus app. Sign up today.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. A man lost his life in a hit-and-run traffic accident last night in Corozal. The incident occurred after 9 p.m. at the entrance of the municipality, and tonight Corozal cops are looking for the driver of the vehicle that knocked down Aurelio Perez Jr. as he rode his bike home. Elmer Cornejo tells us more in the following story.
There was a road traffic accident last night in Corozal town. The incident unfolded around 9:30 at the south end of Corozal town at its very location. The bloody pavement and the black crosses mark the exact location where Aurelio Perez Jr. would take his last breath. According to information made available, Perez was riding his bicycle when he was struck by a vehicle traversing from south to north. The impact caused Perez to be thrown off his bike and landed on the pavement. In the video circulating on social media last night, an injured Perez is seen lying motionless on the highway. The authorities were immediately dispatched to the location to record and investigate the incident. From what we were able to gather from our sources, Perez, who is a fisherman, had recently come in from sea. He was visiting his family in the south end of Corozal when he received a call from his wife. Perez then jumped on his bicycle and was riding between miles 81 and 82 on the Philip Goldson Highway when the accident occurred. We understand that the driver of the vehicle did not stop to render aid. The police department is asking anyone who may have information on the incident to come forward. Perez's body awaits a scheduled post-mortem examination. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
Joseph Budna was granted bail today after being charged with abetment to commit murder earlier this week. As part of his bail conditions, Budna, we understand, is prohibited from discussing details of the case on any social media platforms. This was after the court emphasized the importance of maintaining the integrity of the judicial process by limiting public commentary on the ongoing legal proceedings. Budna, we understand, was represented by attorney Arthur Saldivar in the Belmopan Upper Court. The charge against Budna, as we have reported, is in connection with the murder of Armando Coy Cacao, which occurred in July of 2021. The murder occurred on Saturday, July 24, 2021 on Guyana Street in the San Martin area of Belmopan. There, the lifeless body of Armando Cacao was found under a tree with apparent stab wounds to the neck and body. Investigations at the time revealed that Armando Cacao was last seen around 5:30 p.m. on Friday, July 23, 2021, riding his bicycle in the San Martin area. His body was later found by a passerby. As part of his bail condition, Budna is also to report to the Belmopan court on a weekly basis during the duration of his court matter. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic back in 2023, the Social Security Board, SSB, disbursed over $4 million in COVID-19 related payouts. Fast forward to today's date, sickness benefits for COVID-related cases have dwindled, even though the Ministry of Health is reporting a slight increase in COVID-19 patients.
We don't necessarily see an increase in COVID. We do see respiratory diseases, and it could very well be because persons are not going to the hospital to get tested or using the homemade kits. But yes, there are increases in the respiratory, but not COVID or post-COVID times. Not a significant increase per se.
When did you see this uptick, or when was it noticed?
We monitor cases on a monthly basis, so in terms of what I report to the board, we will look at the top 10 diagnoses, and there's always respiratory infection that is high on the list, apart from hypertension and the other.
So that has been so far for the year?
Yes.
The Statistical Institute of Belize's latest Consumer Price Index CPI survey revealed a national inflation rate of 3.7% for June 2024. The all-item CPI, summarizing price levels across all consumer goods and services, rose to 118.4 from 114.1 in June 2023. Belmopan recorded the highest inflation rate at 8.4% in June 2024, driven by increases in food, home rentals, and personal care products. Dangrigatong had the lowest inflation rate at 1.5%, with smaller prices increases in cigarettes, cellular phones, and television sets. In the north, Orange Walk saw an inflation rate of 2.8%, while Corozal stood among the highest increases at 7.8% for the month of June. Consumer prices fell by a marginal 0.1% from May to June 2024. The transport category saw a 0.9% decrease, reflecting reductions in diesel and regular gasoline prices. The housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels category fell by 0.5% due to lower LPG prices. However, these decreases were balanced by a 0.6% rise in the food and non-alcoholic beverages category. For the first half of 2024, the year-to-date inflation rate stood at 3.9%. Notable increases were observed in food products, restaurant services, and home rentals. The restaurant and accommodation services category rose by 10.4%, and personal care, social protection, and miscellaneous goods and services increased by 4.9%. Furnishings, household equipment, and routine household maintenance climbed by 4.3%. The alcoholic beverages, tobacco, and narcotics category rose by 4.9%, while health saw a 5.7% increase. The information and communication category, however, fell by 1.7%. Sean Gill, Belize's only Olympian at Paris 2024, will be competing for the second time in the Olympic Games early on Saturday morning at the Stade of France, when most Belizeans will be sleeping. That's because Gill's event is set for 2:35 a.m. Belize time. In Paris, 31-year-old Gill will actually be starting his run in the 100-meter preliminary round at 10:35 a.m. Gill's previous Olympic participation was in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, when he clocked 10.88 seconds in the preliminary round for the same event. Gill also represented Belize at the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon in the United States in 2022, when he clocked 10.77 seconds. On Tuesday night, Gill thanked Belizeans and the world over for their support. "I just want to say a huge thank you for all the support from everybody, all Belizeans, local and abroad, and anybody else who's offered any type of support, the messages, the calls, the comments," Gill said in a social media post. Gills ran his best 100 meter in 10.5 seconds at the Central American Games in Managua, Nicaragua on December 9, 2017. His best time this year is 10.69, set on April 27 at the Mike A. Myers Stadium in Austin, Texas, in the United States. Of note is that Jamaican Usain Bolt holds both the world 9.58 and Olympic 9.63 records in the 100 meter. Bolt set the world record on August 15, 2009 in Berlin, Germany, and the Olympic record on August 4, 2012 at the London Olympics. Coming up next, 80 students, including from Orange Walk, receive scholarship from the SSB. Stay tuned.
Snackers chips are more than just a snack. They're a proud product of Belize. sourced from corn grown in Cayo's lush valleys, then crafted with care and packaged to perfection by Belizeans. When you choose Snackers, you're choosing the taste of home and flavors you'll love. Snackers, done right, done here.
On July 26th, the world's eyes turned to Paris to watch the 2024 Olympic Games. Get ready to cheer on your nation. Experience the biggest moments wherever you are on Express Plus app. Sign up today.
Mi nombre es Mercedes García, me dedico a artesanías de bayal. Yo tengo, creo que más de 20 años de ser miembro. Quería poner este negocio y le dije pues fui allá y le dije al gerente, por favor, necesito unas máquinas. ¿Y qué necesitas? Pues dime cuánto. No tenía casa, no tenía nada. Ahorita tengo casa, hasta carro tengo. Lo que me gusta ahí en Credit Junior que uno llega y puede ver bastante fila, pero rápido. Los que trabajan ahí, los trabajadores son rápidos. Y acá pues me ayudaron hasta para hacer esto. Estas paredes así me ayudaron a hacerlo porque me dieron el préstamo. Entonces, aunque yo no lo puedo hacer, pero pago para que me lo hagan y eso pues gracias a Credit Junior.
Tonight, 20-year-old Vladimir Gonzalez is in a hospital in Chetumal, Mexico after undergoing a much-needed surgery. On June 4, 2024, Gonzalez was diagnosed with a swollen hernia and he went under surgery here in Orange Walk. After the surgery, Gonzalez lost weight, was unable to eat, and he found himself in a critical state. Further checks with medical practitioners indicated to Gonzalez that he was suffering from an abscess and was in need of another surgery to remove the abscess. That surgery was performed in Chetumal, and now Gonzalez's family face mounting medical bills. So far, they have to foot a bill of 50,000 pesos.
Vladimir en estos momentos está en el hospital de Chetumal. Está con la segunda cirugía que le han hecho por causa que el primero que le hicieron en Orange Walk, al parecer no lo hicieron muy bien. Entonces él en estos momentos lo tuvieron que hacer otra cirugía en Orange Walk, en Chetumal. En estos momentos él está un poco delicado porque no está recibiendo comida. El doctor le ha quitado la comida porque había empezado a comer. Cada que él come está vomitando. Le tuvieron que cortar un pedazo de su tripa. Le han dejado uno afuera para poder sacar el sucio. Del otro lado tiene otro tubo donde le están sacando lo sucio de la operación y lo cortaron desde arriba de su estómago hasta abajo por su barriga.
Y ahora que está en Chetumal, ¿cuánto dinero se
Nosotros
necesita?
logramos juntar la mitad del dinero, que es 50,000 pesos, porque le están cobrando 100,000 pesos por la operación. Y logramos juntar el 50,000, pero necesitamos el otro 50,000 y otros gastos que está teniendo la familia de mi sobrino. En estos momentos estamos recaudando.
Gonzalez is expected to recuperate gradually and will need to undergo another surgery in a few months. Those wishing to donate can contact the family at phone number 665-1537. Direct donations can be done online to St. Francis Xavier Credit Union bank account 000-001-835. Under the banner of social protection, the Social Security Board SSB launched its Scholarship Award Program in 2001. So far, over 1,000 students and counting have benefited from the program. This year, the SSB received 212 scholarship applications from students nationwide hoping to receive. either a high school, associate, or vocational technical VOTEC scholarship. Out of that amount, 80 students will be able to further their education via the initiative. The name of those students was unveiled today during a special ceremony held by the SSB. Elmer Cornejo reports.
A number of Belizean students, 80 to be exact, will be able to further their studies after receiving a scholarship from the Social Security Board. This amount is the highest number of scholarships awarded since 2001, when the institution first launched the program. The scholarships cater for 36 high school students, 27 for associate's degree, and 18 for vocational technical studies. The initiative forms part of SSB's commitment to empower our future generation through education.
I think it's an important occasion to recognize that education is an important role in our day-to-day lives and economy. And for personal development, and the Social Security Board is pleased to award these 80 scholarships today for both the high school, associate level, and for vocational studies for these students from all across the country. So we really appreciate that the families were able to come out today to personally receive the scholarship awards. Our scholarship program is all online, so the student would make their application online. And we would get, on occasions, well over 300 applications a year. So we have a committee, various stakeholders who would review the application and see which ones are most deserving, reviewing everything, and that is how it is awarded. No, we try to look at all the submissions across the countries, and sometimes the vocational students may not complete their applications properly. We reach out, make sure that the applications are completed to time. On occasion, we saw that there's a last-minute rush, and it's usually because the students are unable to get some documentation. And when we call why your application hasn't gone through, we see how started the process 2 weeks ago as a delay, and then we see how we can assist the student to work with the school to get their documentation before the deadline, which was June 21, that we were able to review.
The criteria for selection were based on the applicant's ability to demonstrate financial need.
Look at the deserving, that persons who are struggling to meet their day-to-day commitments and are able to still maintain that enthusiasm, and we see the grade and the effort is there that they will do well in school.
The successful candidates hail from various parts of the country, including Corozal, Orange Walk, Belize City, Belmopan, Santa Elena, Dangriga, Independence, and Punta Gorda. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
The last of a series of coding summer camps launched through the Lead Like a Girl campaign under the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology wrapped up today at the Orange Walk Technical High School grounds. The one-week camp, hosted by the Orange Walk Central Executive and Area Representative Prime Minister John Briceño, saw a total of 10 participants who were today awarded certificates of completion as novices in the art of coding. The Lead Like a Girl campaign was launched earlier this year with the goal of increasing awareness about the field of information and communication technology, ICT, and ultimately increasing the number of women and girls in the ICT field in Belize. At its core, it's about creating an equal playing field for girls to thrive and succeed in the male-dominated field of ICT.
Well, in the Ministry of Education, it's a new department, Science and Technology. For too long, we have had quite a number of girls not having the opportunity to lead like a girl in all areas, but particularly in the science and technology area, in the area of computers, robotics, coding. So it is important. It is important for us to support the initiative, and it took us a while for us to be able to identify someone that had the desire, the interest, and the way to carry on this responsibility. And so on behalf of the ministry, we thank Namrita Balani, who is the Director of Science and Tech, that continues to encourage our young women and young girls in schools and in high schools in this initiative. I believe it's important for us to continue to provide opportunities for young ladies across the country. If you went to high school many years ago, you know that normally you are placed on track, or you're a girl, so you'll go in this secretarial section, or you will do sewing, or you do food and nutrition. We have to change that mindset, because who says that a girl cannot be a chef, cannot be a doctor, cannot be a teacher, cannot be a dentist, cannot be a scientist, cannot be a person that works with computers. So the times have changed, and it's our opportunity now to encourage and to open the doors.
For 16-year-old Bethany Andrade and 12-year-old Courtney Escalante, leading like a girl in the field of ICT is an exciting venture which they look forward to pursuing further.
Well, I think personally it's a great project. It was something that many of the girls in the camp has never been exposed to before, and it's something I would call adventurous even, because it's something that opens up career opportunities, skills, hobbies, stuff like that. Yeah.
Tell us one thing that you learned or you will take away from this coding camp.
Well, it definitely helped me work more effectively and more enhances my critical thinking. So it's something that I think those two skills you need in everyday life. So it helps me with school, with basic math problems, stuff like that.
I decided to join this coding camp because I wanted to try something new that I've never done before.
Tell us some of the things that you learned during the coding camp.
Well, I learned how to do coding and like coding stuff.
Was it difficult for you?
Well, for me it was easy. I think that it was easy, so yeah.
Talk to us about the experience, being able to work with other girls as well on coding.
My experience was fun, and I'm so happy that I got to learn new things, and I'm so happy that I got to have like a good teacher who taught me new things that I didn't know that I could do.
And is coding something that you would want to continue doing?
Yeah, coding is something very fun, and I think I would want to continue doing this.
A similar coding camp was also hosted in the community of San Esteban through the Orange Walk Central Executive Committee. The Statistical Institute of Belize, SIB, has released its latest set of statistics, including the National Consumer Confidence Index, CCI. The CCI is an indicator that measures consumers' sentiments with respect to general economic conditions within the country, their household's own economic situation, and making major household purchases. It provides an early indication of future household spending, investing, and saving. With household spending being a major contributor to the overall economy, this in turn is an early indicator of future economic growth. According to the SIB, CCI for June 2024 rose to 44.9, reflecting a 1.2% increase from May's 44.4. This uptick marks a recovery from the previous dip in April and resumes the gradual upward trend in consumer confidence observed throughout the year. The CCI, which ranges from 0, completely pessimistic, to 100, completely optimistic, provides insights into consumers' views on the economy, their financial situation, and major household purchases. The June increase was primarily driven by a 3.5% rise in the expectations sub-index, which climbed from 52.9 in May to 54.7 in June, indicating greater optimism about future economic conditions and household finances. The present sub-index saw a marginal increase of 0.1%, moving from 42.1 to 42.2. However, this gain was slightly offset by a 0.6% drop in the durable goods sub-index, which fell from 38.1 to 37.8, reflecting growing consumer caution regarding major purchases. Urban consumer confidence dropped by 5.4% from 43.2 in May to 40.9 in June. This decline was driven by a significant 26.9% fall in the durable goods sub-index from 40.7 to 30.1. In contrast, rural consumer confidence rose by 6.5% from 45.3 to 48.2. The rural increase was largely fueled by a substantial 22.9% jump in the durable goods component from 36 in May to 44.2 in June. Male consumer confidence improved by 4.3% from 46 in May to 47.9 in June, driven by a notable 28.1% rise in the durable goods index. Conversely, female consumer confidence fell by 1.8% from 42.9 in May to 42.1 in June. Chief Justice Honorable Madame Louise Esther Blenman, on behalf of the Judiciary of Belize, today informed of the passing of former Chief Justice Dr. Honorable Abdoulaye Conte, who served as the 28th Chief Justice of Belize. Former Chief Justice's tenure from 2000 to 2010 was marked by his unwavering dedication to the rule of law, his fidelity to the Constitution of Belize, and his excellent contributions to the jurisprudence of Belize. Dr. Conte leaves behind a rich and impressive legacy, having been known for his erudition and brilliant legal mind. He served Belize with distinction. As an outstanding jurist, he was fair and fearless. Former Chief Justice's leadership brought much-needed stability and reform to our judicial system. His tenure was characterized by his commitment to upholding the principles of justice and equality, as well as his modernization of the court system in Belize. His landmark ruling stood the test of time as an example of judicial excellence. Throughout his decade on the bench, former Chief Justice Conte introduced numerous reforms that strengthened the administration of justice in Belize. He implemented in 2005 new judges' rules, Supreme Court rules, and a code of ethics, and established a rigorous system for the delivery and practice of law. Former Chief Justice's impact extended beyond Belize. His exemplary contribution to Caribbean jurisprudence was recognized and respected across the region and the wider Commonwealth. He was also renowned for his erudite judgments and his scholarship in the wider Caribbean. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Estimados cañeros y cañeras, por este medio el SCPC informa que todo reporte de caña para la siguiente zafra 2024-2025 se estará recibiendo a partir del 6 al 13 de agosto del 2024. Para hacer su reporte de caña, visita las oficinas del SICB en las siguientes fechas por asociación. Northern, martes 6 de agosto. Corozal Producers, miércoles 7 de agosto. Progressive, jueves 8 de agosto. BSCF Corozal, viernes 9 de agosto. BSCF Orange Walk, lunes y martes 12 y 13 de agosto. También se va a necesitar proporcionar los siguientes datos: nombre completo del productor, código de BSI, asociación, sucursal, área de la parcela, clase de cultivo y cualquier otra información relevante. Asimismo, queremos recordar que las aplicaciones para transferencias de producción y membresía es del 1 al 31 de agosto 2024. Trate de hacer todo lo posible de visitar las oficinas del SICB lo antes para hacer sus transacciones. Nota: para transferencias de membresía, las asociaciones necesitarán entregar copia de los documentos relevantes y debe ser acorde a lo que estipula el bylaw de la asociación. La fecha límite para aplicar para transfers es el 31 de agosto 2024. Atentamente, el Sugarcane Production Committee.
Thank you for making Fiestarama 2024 a weekend filled with excitement. This was only possible through the incredible support of our sponsors, partners, entertainers, employees, and most importantly, you, our fantastic attendees. Heartfelt thanks to our sponsors, Caribbean Rums, Bowen & Bowen, and BTB. Thank you for your contribution in making Fiestarama a resounding success. Special shout out to our partners, AAA Imports, Honorable Abelardo May, the Ministry of Agriculture, and Escuela Mexico Marching Band. Thank you for joining hands with us to make Fiestarama more special this year. A round of applause to the amazing entertainers and artists who enchanted us with their talent, adding an extra spark of excitement to the festivities. To the dedicated employees of the Orange Walk Town Council, we say thank you. But above all, a huge thank you to each and every one of you who attended Fiestarama. You brought life and energy to every moment. Your support and enthusiasm are what makes Fiestarama truly special. Thank you for making Fiestarama 2024 unforgettable. Your passion fuels our community spirit. See you next year for more joy, unity, and celebration.
The Trial Farm Village Council, in collaboration with the Department of Youth Services in Orange Walk, today hosted the very first open mic competition in the community of Trial Farm. The event, geared at showcasing local talent in our community, saw the participation of a number of young people. The event, according to Vice Chairman of the Trial Farm Village Council, Glenn Tillett, is part of the Village Council's commitment to proving safe spaces for the youths of their community to express their talents, particularly while they are out on summer vacation.
Today we hosted the first ever open mic competition in Trial Farm. It was a partnership between the Trial Farm Village Council as well as the Department of Youth Services. We catered for youths aged 13 to 29, and we still had the door open in case we had kids at heart over 30, you know, because we all love music, we all want to participate in the community, but it was basically for ages 13 to 29.
Okay. Now, what was the purpose of having this open mic, the focus, the aim?
Okay, so each year the Department of Youth Services, they take pride in the summer programs they put forth in our community, and this year was no different. This year, I managed to convince the DYS to host it in Trial Farm Village, being the vice chairman of the village.
The open mic competition saw 3 winners at the end of the day, each walking away with a prize courtesy of the Department of Youth Services in Orange Walk.
We had 3 prizes, one for first, second, and third. They were all gifted to us by the Department of Youth. And as well, the first place winner was granted opportunity to record their own song, a song of their choice, at the Orange Walk Sound Factory.
With the first ever open mic competition deemed a success this morning, Tillett says the council looks forward to hosting other similar events in the future for the youths in Trial Farm Village.
Surely, it was a proud moment for me, you know, being a village councillor in the village and also being a young artist, not having these events happen as often as we would like in the village, but we will try our best to make it happen. We know that the Trial Farm and the population across Belize is a youthful population, so in the future we tend to have more youthful events that we can cater for our youths, keep them off the streets, and this music event was, to me, it was a proud event, and I'm very proud of it that we could have had the kids participate and the networking that was taking place.
First prize in the first ever Trial Farm open mic competition went to young Jada Tillett. In June 2024, Belize experienced a significant economic shift as total importers surged by 18.4%, while domestic exports plummeted by 37.7%, according to the Statistical Institute of Belize. Belize's total imports for June 2024 were valued at $243.4 million, marking an 18.4% increase from June 2023 to $205.5 million. This rise was driven by notable increases across almost all commodity categories, particularly in mineral fuel and lubricants, food and live animals, and machinery and transport equipment. However, there were decreases in beverages and tobacco and goods destined for designated processing areas. Turning over to Belize's total exports for the month of June 2024, it represented a stark contrast, falling sharply by 37.7%, totaling $25.8 million compared to $41.4 million in June 2023. The overall reduction in merchandise exports for the month was driven primarily by sales of sugar, which were down by a substantial $22.3 million, from 31.7 million to 9.4 million. This reflected the fact that a large bulk shipment of sugar was exported during June of 2023. While earnings from animal feed recorded a 0.9 million reduction for the month from 2 million in June of last year to 1.1 million in June of this year. Notwithstanding the overall decline in domestic exports, earnings from citrus products saw a significant increase of 2.6 million, rising from 2.3 million to 4.9 million, driven by more favorable world market prices for orange concentrate. Merchandise exports for the period January to June 2024 totaled 200.5 million, a decrease of 4.7% or 10 million from 210.5 million recorded for the same period in 2023. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Monday, August 5th here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, have a safe and blessed weekend. Thank you for watching and listening. Good night.